A hot cornet can go, but a hot cornet can't, like Betty Boop can do. A saxophone can go, but a saxophone can't, like Betty Boop can do. This little miss would never miss a chance for vocal tuning, and anytime and anywhere you can hear this lady crooning. An auto horn can go, but an auto horn can't, like Betty Boop can do. Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wink. Ain't she cute? Sweet Betty.
Two, huh? Where's your driver?
As I should know.
As usual. Why are you late?
I got a cold no, I'm feeling awfully bad. Touch. What a time I've had. Touch. Cause I didn't button up my overcoat. Oh, and all I do is snip. Touch. Pass that handkerchief. Touch. What a funny feeling in my eyes and ears and throat. Oh, my neck and oh, my knees, and all I do is just dip and sneeze. I done it told if I don't. Oh, I done it told if I don't. Now in his auto, I did go. He said yes, but I said no, cause I got it told if I don't. Cause I got it told if I don't. You know, I went to see the doctor, and I asked him what to do. Oh, Lordy, help me. Hey, you're in our way!
Huh?
He said, I think I got one too, so we laid down side by side. Oh, I'm still here, but the doctor died, 'cause I got it told if I don't. Oh, I got it told him I poopy doopy doopy doop.
Gesundheit! Ready, set! want news?
Sure, Mike. 'Cause I got a toad in my nose. Oh, I got a toad in my poopy doopy doopy doo. Poo, choo.
And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. Fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. All right, Twitch is checking out. Check the YouTube. All right, Twitch is checking out. Check the YouTube. All right, the YouTube is looking good. All right, Twitch is checking out. All right, I think I'll work a little bit on a go-go outfit tonight, although I'm really tired. So we'll see what we can come up with. And howdy, Ray. Good to see you. And a CS Bond in the house, baby. I'm going to do a little bit of looking up. I think we'll do a little bit of Marvelous Designer. See if we can do a simple outfit. And then maybe start boots in Blender. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, where did my browser go? There it is. 1960s outfits. Let's try this. I'm thinking. I think I saw something I liked. Wake you up. I don't know. We'll see how that works out, Ray. Maybe something. Nope, that's a suspicious web activity. We're not going to go there. Maybe something like this. Open with. I need to find a sewing pattern. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Open image. We just had the go-go boots. And maybe a belt. Hey, Lund, how are you doing? I'm thinking a go-go dress and possibly starting boots today. I think that's what's on our plan for today. So I'm trying to, if I could find a good pattern. It's a relatively simple dress. Like, you know what? I might just block it out. I think we'll just do a front and the back. We'll probably put a dart here. Maybe a dart or two in the back. Then there's going to be a collar piece, something like that. something like that. Yes. I don't know, let me see what else. Let me try this. 1960s costume pattern. See if I can find actually a pattern for something like this. Let's get that 0 out of there. Do that. McCall's. You know what? I probably should have gone shopping at McCall's earlier. Scallop neck with hem dress vintage. Those might fit and flare narrow shouldered dress vintage sewing pattern. Let me see what we can find on this. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think we're just going to do Well, actually, let's, where do I want to put the zipper on this? That's the question. These have got little collars. I'm not going to do a little collar. I'm going to fit it a little bit better, and I think I'm going to put a belt. And are we going to put, we'll probably just put a zip down the front, maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding exactly what I'm imagining. That's part of my problem here. Taking a peek over on Etsy now. I'm doing it on screen too, just in case we get something that doesn't look quite Twitch safe that flashes by. Maybe. I don't know. What are you? Something like that. Like, does it have a picture of the pattern? And it does. What? Is Rod here? Hey, Rod, how are you doing? You'll be in and out. You're still fighting this Vivint scam. I just got a bill from email for equipment that haven't come. They haven't come to remove. They claim that they've reached out to me, but they have not. Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's stress you don't need, Rod. Anyhow, let's pop over to Marvelous Designer. Let me kind of block out a dress. Maybe I'm gonna block out a little bit of a belt. I think I'm gonna go with a simple. I'm gonna go with just a simple strip around for a belt right now, and then I'll work it from there. What am I doing? I'm launching Marvelous Designer. We'll do that. I think I'm going to put a zipper down the back, about the waist, and we'll have a nice clean front. And it's kind of a simplistic outfit, and I'm hoping that's going to be about right. And I'm going to try to get a little former fitting, because I'm going to put a belt kind of low on the hip. Ooh, my indigestion's kicking in bad now. Hello, Marvelous Designer. All right, let's do this. Come on, let me do some stuff here. Bum, 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 bum. There. Be over here. Bring you around like that. Oh, hey, Art. I see Art in the house, too. Sorry I missed you, Art. We're going to use our Genesis 8 female figure for the starting point, and then we will split it from there to the Genesis 8 and then the Genesis 9 base. You know what? I'm going to kind of sketch out sort of the top part here to kind of give me a feel for this pattern. I'm going to kind of, okay, where's my pen tool? You are not my pen tool. You are, there it is. Pen avatar. That's what we want. I'm going to come along the shoulder here. I'm going to kind of bring this around. Drop this through the center line. I'm going to kind of bring this through here. Up through here. I'm going to come in through that like so. Did I not connect? Come on, you can do it. There we go. And then we're just going to come back around, finish up in the back. Bring you down. Maybe something like that. Bring you around. You know what? I'm going to put a little point there, and then we can kind of come into there. We want to bring this around through the armhole. Through here. All right, let's see if we can get that turned into a pattern. I'm probably going to push that back a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Can I edit the point with this? Edit point. Just select that point right there and maybe pull that back a little and bring you down just maybe a little. All right, let's flatten that out and use that as our starting point. And okay, so we're going to seam the back. This goes straight down. So let's block this out first. And then what I'm going to do is probably duplicate it and have it lined up a little better on that, I think is the plan. We'll start with a polygon tool. A straight line up through the front. Come over here, down the shoulder, the armhole. We'll curve that out. Bring that through there. So, and let's switch this to be sort of, what's the translucent or something like that. So we can kind of see what's underneath it. Pull you through here. I should actually do it this way. Let's use the curved tool. And that gives me the little handles that we can work with. Maybe not. Where's mine? There's my problem. Let's try this again. All right, do that there. Those there. I'm going to need a couple of. I am going to need a point right in here. Pull that around there. A little bit of a curve in here. That point. Some days I just can't. There we go. Bring you through here. Take that. We'll come back to that. And I need to add maybe just a little curvy point like that there. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. No, I clicked on the right thing. Never mind. Good. And get rid of that. And then I'm going to just take this and flip it. No, I didn't. We got to do this. C and V. Here we go. Let's flip the normals on that. Somewhere in here, something that says flip normals. There it is. I'm going to line you up in the back for right now. Get rid of you. I think I'm going to make this arm. This comes up a bit. Do I have points in there? I don't. Okay, excellent. Bring that up there. Just that. Keep that so it's about 90 degrees or so. Good. Let's make sure that you still say 90. Close enough. Let's set that so it says 90. Ooh, that says 90. That means that says 90. Excellent. That says 90.9. That's looking good. So that to that. This to this. Grab those, Control D, bring them over here. This is going to be pretty short, so it's going to be right down in here. So these together. I'm going to put a zipper on the back of this one, and we'll eventually merge the front. So let's turn gravity off. I could have sworn I just right-clicked. I guess I didn't. There it is. Come over here, set gravity to 0. Let's see how we are. All right, it's a little tight. We're going to loosen that up a bit. I think I'm just going to widen it out, and then we'll pull the this hem down into here and tweak the angles on that. So actually, I'm just going to pull these sides out. Myself a little bit of room there. Select that, kind of pull it out. Pull this one out a little. That works. You know, I think I'm going to dart that right there. And here I can actually curve it to fit better. And then we'll just pull these two maybe like that. And I'm going to just tweak that angle. Maybe pull that in a little bit. I might end up deleting this again. I'm going to tweak this. So I want that waistline right about there. That's pretty close, actually. Maybe pull that over that way. Pull you over. And I should have been paying attention to that measurement there, right? 553.3. It's already 553.3. What the hell? Yeah, I'm pretty close. And maybe a little more room in here. Pull that back a little bit that way. Why are you? I think I'm using the wrong tool. There we go. Let's try you. I am using the right tool. And yet that's moving. Bad boy. All right. So I got a little too much curve in there now. I just get rid of these two. No, that's not what I want. Kind of maybe flatten that out a little. Do that over here. And maybe we'll pull some right out of there. So what we're going to do is kind of put a curve. I'm going to put a point there, another point right up and about here maybe. Right there, and then I can just kind of grab, maybe pull. All right, maybe a little bit longer. And then I'm going to adjust some lengths to make sure everything's lining up a little bit better. I may have gone too long now. Okay, I got just a little bit extra right there, and that's going to kind of run from here. So actually, I'm going to set some lines up in here. We'll just add a right there. Add a little point over here. I'm going to pay attention to this number right here. Put one over here, another 15 off. I'm going to try to find this point again, right about there. So what we'll do is we'll grab this, kind of drag it out about where I want that. Make some tweaking. These aren't straight, so let's do that. Let's you think you're straight? I got some curve in here. Delete all curve points. Let's do that and delete all curve points. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. And then the idea is to get this number to match that number. Might work out better if I just drag this point around. Our target number is about 93. We just went by it right about there. Excellent. Throw those together. See how that looks. Not too bad. I want to tweak this angle. I like where that's going, but maybe we'll pull it up a little higher and then make some adjustments. I do want that to be more of a 90-degree, something like that. Well, if that's 108, that means this has to be like 70 something, right? And double check, that's 93.5, 96.6, which means I could probably just pull you out a little bit. Probably good. That's a little bit better, I think. Maybe we'll just pull those a little farther apart. 97.5. It's so sticky. I'm getting there. Good. How are you looking? You look okay. I think I'm pretty close. Uh-oh. Oh man, I had all that chat that was going on. I didn't even see it. You're filing a complaint with the Minnesota Attorney General's office. This Violent bunch is parking with the wrong old dude. Good for you, Rod. I think that's good. Okay, so the next thing is maybe we can improve this a little bit. So possibly this is this curve here, so maybe we'll smooth that out. Get rid of that maybe. Take care of that. Possibly. Well, that's kind of tight through there. I can probably stand him. He's over just a little bit more. And now, am I just getting too much in here? It's got to take you up a little. Nah, we don't like that. Put those back. Let's put gravity on now and see how this is looking. Oh, I do need a bigger armhole over here. Look at the way that's rolling up under the sleeve. Maybe we just take that down into the armpit a little bit. Bring you back like that. I think that's looking okay. I'd probably stand to have those two a little farther apart still. And you know what? I think we'll take this in just a skosh on the shoulder. A wee bit. That way, it says 62. Then I need to come over here and kind of just, you know what? We could just do the change length to make that 62. We want to go the other way. 62 here. Is that good? Okay, and then I think we're gonna They're going to merge this. I'm going to put a collar around here, which will be split in the back. I'm going to put a strip back here, where I'm going to put a zipper down to about here, I suppose. Is this too short? Nah, it's probably good. So let's get a collar in here. I'm going to tweak this a little bit. Do that. Although I should be looking at this angle over here. So that's probably good. I want to measure that 86, 8, 193.7 is my target. I think I'm going to make a gentle curve. See if that we can get that to wrap around nicely. So let's just. So my target's like 193. We'll have to remeasure that. That's totally not 193. Probably a little. Just do it like that. I think that's good. Yeah, 170. You know what? Probably. What I'm going to do is we're going to kind of curve this along through here. At some point, you know, actually, let's do it this way. Put you up here. Let's bring you kind of out like that. And we'll put a curve in that, and then I can do an offset line. Make it nice and even. Kind of want that there. Take you, and actually, I got to measure this again because I already forgot what it was. 1937. I want this to be 1937, so we'll change length. Yep, 193.7. Say okay to that. I wish I could see what this angle was, but it's not showing it to me. 85.6. 90.8. So back just a skosh. 89, probably good. Let's do an offset as an internal line here. Say 15, say okay to that, and cut that. Delete that, and I'm going to sew this into the collar. Excellent. Then bring it around the rest of the way like so. Should be good. Bring you over here. Do I want to just merge these now? I don't know. Let's see how that works. Merge. Put that on and see how that goes. You know what? I kind of like that. I want that to be a little bit larger, though. Maybe just a skosh. Well, I don't want to do that. I offset. I'm going to live with that. Never mind. I'm happy enough with it. Uh-oh. I touched something I didn't want to touch. All right. I think this is good. I think I'm going to put a strip in here. It's going to kind of run down to about there. Let's put a split point right there. Let's choose a nice even number, like 360. Probably good enough. And we're getting 360 plus whatever that is, 15, 375. What I need is a little strip here that's going to be like 20 by 375. Okay, to that, let's put a split on that. We'll do this thing here. We'll set internal lines along a curve. Okay, that's basically it. And then I can do a cut and sew there. This will end up being the zipper zone. And we're going to do a little bit of an offset internal line. And for that, do 10 for this. Let's not extend. Say okay. I'm going to run a little internal line right there, which I can use to sew the bottom of the zipper into. And then we're going to resew this. So I need to do a little line here to here. Excellent. Oh my gosh, look at all that crap on that thing. What the hell? What am I looking for? I'm looking for the thing that simplifies, optimize curve points. There we go. We say 10. Okay, do that. That's a lot nicer looking. I could still probably lose that point right there. Probably good. We could probably stand to lose those. Those. Should be fine. All right, let's unsew. Unsew that, and then we'll resew. Here, I'm just going to let this come apart like that so I can easily put my sewing in there. And then we're going to sew this strip back into there. You need to be turned around. I need both of you. Why am I not getting my... I got the wrong tool. Now I got the right tool. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Dang it. Every time I click on this thing, it goes wonky. All right, let's put you back here. Bring you over here. Get you sewn into place. I think I might be able to just do... Actually, I'm going to do a little sew here. From there to there. From there to there. I think I might be able to just do like that. And does that come through? I make the turn? I cannot make the turn. Okay, let's not do that then. Try this again. All right, so that, this. Then I can just sew. I think I can just do this. Click on that, and then click on this. Then I have to set this up for the other side. So I'm going to move this over to here, where it's just easier to work on. So a little sew there, there, this. It's sewn into here. I'm going to sew this. It's probably going to end up on top for right now. That'll be fine. Or no, is it on the inside? It is on the outside. Let's change the layer of this so it goes underneath. A -1. There we go. I can never get these angles quite right on these things. They always want to curve a little. Let's see if today's the day that it'll pay attention to what angle I tell it to work with. Probably not. If I do that, do I get an angle in here though? I don't get an angle on that. Dag nabbit. Kind of frustrating. Can I just select that with the folds tool? Does that do anything? Or is it just going to laugh at me? It'll probably just laugh at me. Where are you? Fold arrangement. There we go. Can't actually select that segment there, can I? I did it. I did it. Yay. Flatten you out like so. And then you just go on your merry way. That helps. I like that. Okay. All right, let's merge the front up. Excellent. All right, let's start trimming it up. Got some materials. Sorry, Charles, that's as short as it's going to get. I don't really have a whole lot more to add the super short morph in here. I think that's just about. It doesn't really. I mean, it's already super short. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of aligning. Put you right about there. You should go. Ideally, you would sit there, but I'm going to put you in over here. Just kind of put the zipper down into here. Let's bring this collar. Actually, let's get you on the center line. Let's put you on the center line. Tighten you up. Nudge that in a little bit. You in over here. Probably good. Okay, let's start adding the trim zones. I think let's put a 5. Where do I want to start first? Let's do here and here. And here. I want to smooth that out a little bit though. Make that say 90. Kind of like that. And you're 110. If I make you say 90, do you look okay still? Yeah, you'll look fine. You bring it out this way. All right, I think I'm good. Select you and you and you and you. And offset as an internal line. Say 5 on that. Okay, we'll just cut and sew all of that. Dang it. I lost my selection. All right, now we'll try cut and sew on all of that. Excellent. Let's put a on the bottom. So, do I still have linked editing on this? If I do, I'm going to have to take it off. I'm not seeing the option to remove linked editing, so I think that went away when I merged it, probably. Or I'm going blind. I mean, I am going blind, but let's convert that to a curve point. And we're going to select that and that, and we'll just offset as an internal line. I've got the wrong tool going on. Try this again. Offset as an internal line. I might have had the right tool, never mind. Cut and sew those. Dang it. Try this one. I cut and sew you. Yep. Almost like then trim the pattern outline. Cut and sew. Excellent. Okay, we're good now. I'm going to put a little trim line right there. I'm going to cut and sew that. And I think that's it. Did I put a... I didn't put one back here. Back here. Offset as an internal line. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to cut sew that. And that's all going to be dress trim. Phone's making noise. Well, you make noise, phone. Not important. All right, first things first, we're going to call this all dress trim. Is good. Let's give dress trim a color so it's easy to see. Make another material copy. This will be dress. I want to split up front and back. I don't really see the need for that. The dress will go there, there, and there. Let's give that a unique color. And then we need collar and zipper. Dress. Collar. I need my underscore in there. Copy you. Going to be dress zipper. Is good. All right, let's change the color of that. Make you gray. That there. And there. Dress collar will be over here. All right, I think we're good. All right, let me set up a belt. I think right now I'm just going to make a strap. And then I'm going to see how this looks with gravity. And I think I'm good. Then we'll take a look at maybe starting boots. Groovy, baby. Yep, the brain has stopped. What was I doing? Yes. Oh yeah, the belt. Let's see how this looks with the 3 in the UV editor. Reset to 2D arrangement. Fit. I do have extra room. So we're going to put the belt on the same map. Let's, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with 400. And we're going to go with the 30, 40. We'll go with 40. Let's try this. 400 by 40. Okay to that. Put you in here. I might actually end up doing the belt in Blender. we'll see how this works out. Control D, bring you over here. Sew it all together. Boom. 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 See how this goes. All right, we're going to make that a little bit wider so it slides down the hips. That's just my phone. We're ignoring it. It's more spam. Lovely spam. Wonderful spam. Let's move you out a little bit and then do that. I probably should turn the gravity on now. Let's do that. Actually, let's set the layer on this. We'll say 1. That'll want to sit on the outside. Okay, we have been working with no gravity. Let's put gravity back on. And I'm going to want this maybe in there somewhere. That's probably... yeah, that would make sense. All right, you know what? I want to see if I can get a little stiffer material in here. And this belt, I'm going to hang it off to the side. I'm going to maybe drop a loop on it. Still contemplating what I want to do with the belt. So we put it over here. A lot of these belts are, and what I would like to do is maybe a belt with rings. Then it hooks up here, and then you have a little strand that comes down here. I don't know what that belt's doing. So get ready to nuke those efforts. That makes sense. I'm going to take this. So here, let's put the belt like this. We're going to extend the piece off of here, sew it to that, and it'll just kind of drop down for now. Is what I'm thinking. You were 40. Let's do this. Let's say 150. 540. Okay. Gonna bring that. Oops. Gonna run that kind of like that way. So that to that. And we'll do this. And I'm gonna set the layer on that to 2. It's just gonna kind of hang like that. Kind of, yeah, I might end up just using this as a guide for where the belt's going to go. Oh, we have to do the thing. So over, where's my mesh? Where's my meshy mesh? There's triangle. Quad optimize all of that. Let's sew this stuff back together. Did I already sew you back together? I have not. So I'm gonna sew that. And then when I merge you, is that sewing going to come undone? Yep. All right, let's fix that. I need to drop a little line in there. And what I need to do is just sew that should be fine. All right, let's save where we are right now. Save as projects. So I have a 60s folder these days. There's a Go-Go's outfit. Go dress. Looking good. Let's get a belt material in here. Tie that to this. Check, that's all quad optimized. Let's take a look at our wireframe and see how this is all looking. That's looking fine. I think we're good. I think we're in good shape here. All right, let's switch. Accurate fitting. Kind of like that. You know what I should do is put that at an angle. Yeah, it'll probably be fine. You're just sliding around to the front, aren't you? This is probably good. All right, we're going to just tweak the position of this belt just a little bit, just so that sort of falls in like that. Let me see if I can get you to move back over here and stay this time. Keeps wanting to walk around a little bit. I think in there. And let me play with the fabric. So here, let's hit save on this in case I make a really bad. Well, don't expect to get a nuke from Iran anytime soon. Yeah, and I understand the Russian ones that probably aren't working. They may not be working. All right. I said I was going to change the material on that, so let's do that. Can I change the material on 3 of these at the same time? And let's make the belt. Let's start with the belt. Let's switch it over to, and I hate this new list. I used to like the one there, this leather full grain. Boing. Nope, we're not going to do that. Let's undo that. That's better. And the belt's walked itself over to the side again. Damn you. I need to like increase the friction or something on that because it just keeps creeping over, doesn't it? So somewhere, let's go into detail here. Let me see if we can find a friction setting. Friction, I don't know, maybe crank that up a little bit so it won't want to walk around as much. Okay, and then this, I don't know, let's try some of the buttons and things and see if we can get a different, what we can get out of that. Dress collar and zipper. Come over here, go to custom, and look at great. Jersey. I know I don't want jersey. Knit rib, knit quilted, knit velour, fabric, PVC, fabric hardware, Tyvek, canvas. Something like that. I don't know. Did I on the right thing? Let's try this again. Woven poplin. You know, that might give me an interesting. Try a couple of others and see if what happens. Seersucker. I don't know. I think I may live with this. So let's hit save on that. Let's get this fit over to the base figure. Do that. Add to workspace. Load as morph target. Okay. Wait, well, it fits the androgynous shape. All right, I think we're good. I think I'm going to export out the belt separate from the rest. So we'll do dress and then we'll do belt. And we're totally in the wrong folder. Do I have a WIP folder? I do. Look at that. Go dress G9 and thin and welded and meters and okay. All right, let's go back to this. All right, we'll get that fitted to the Genesis 8 scaled down figure here. Add to workspace. Use as a morph target. Say okay. Watch it sim for a little bit. Looks good. I'm probably going to smooth this out because the fit's a little. It'll be fine. File export OBJ selected. Yeah, you're totally not in the folder I was wanting to work it out of. That would make too much sense. Back to projects, back to the 60s, back to the go-go. And go-go dancer, G8 female. Although I might need this. Yeah, it's true. Oh, and I forgot to save the belt last time. Go belt. G8 female. Save that. Okay, let's reload. And then let's refit that to the base again. Watching the little thing. When it turns off, that means we're done. We're done. All right, let's grab that belt and save it. Belt G9. Alrighty, I think we're good with this portion of it. Let's set these up in Daz, and then we'll look at boots. That library. Go-Go outfit. I do have Go-Go outfit, but I haven't set up any of the other directories in here yet, so let's do that. Let's pop over here into the folder that says template. And actually, let's come over here to this one. Nope. This one? Maybe. People in runtime, Control C. over here. We already have a data directory. Paste. Okay, let's run. I need to grab some stuff. Let's come over here. We'll get it. So I need a material folder and a shader folders. So I'm just going to copy the stuff from here. New folder, go dress G. Age, female. And I'm going to paste those in here. So I'm going to save the dress in here. I'm going to clean this up. So I don't need any of these. These are the materials left over from the Nocturne dress. Our Arctic material files. We are going to need these, but not these ones in here. These. I don't think I'm going to need a opacity folder. Just the shaders. Let's rename the shaders GG instead of NG. So NG space become GG space. Hopefully, I think that's going to be fine. I need to go grab a texture. Actually, let me take a look at this. What do I have down here? Yeah, I'm missing the generic folder. Let's go grab a generic texture folder. Right there. That's the latest version of my generic textures. Copy that. Come over to here. Right there in the vanity folder, we'll just drop the generics. Should be good. Now, while we're thinking about it, go to address. Just copy that over to. Do I not have a G9 folder in here? What the frick? I don't have a G9 folder in here. You know what? I just do this. I now have a G9 folder. And then we're going to rename you. All right, folder structure set up. So let's start with G9 because I might be able to just auto fit that to G8 and get us halfway home. Do the import. Just do the dress G9. Should be good. Looks good. We might reshape that. Probably we will. Let's reload. Recent. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do is probably reload you. Save you as here, I'm going to do this. Hold on a second. I need a morph name. That's what I'm doing. I have a list of morphs over here. Save you as base feminine body BS score body or something like that. There we are. Save that. Okay. Back into Daz. And let's just test the put D-force on it and we'll run a sim. Just to see if anything really bad just happens right off the bat. And it's fine. All right, use the transfer tool. Are you my transfer tool? You are my transfer tool. Genesis 9 favorites. So go dress G9. We use the dress template for a long tight. Accept that. Let's see how you look on the female shape. That look okay. Think I can live with that? Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. I don't think I have to do anything special with that. Let's double check. All right, surfaces. All right, let's clean up the names of these. Tool settings, come over here. Dress color, we'll get rid of that garbage. Dress trim. Dress zipper is good. We'll do a few more things in here. Let's add our sub D and add a smoothing modifier. Should be good. Put the generic shader on here. There it is, CC Cox base shader. Let's put a D-force on there. Let's come over here and do a couple of things with the D-force, which is bend stiffness to 0.1. Probably good. It's looking fine. Okay. Here, I'll switch the headlamp. It looks a little bit better. Right, clear that, and let's save. I don't want to save this dress. You know, got a little weird bunchy on the hips. Maybe we will update. Let's update the shape of the dress. So we're going to load in a morph target for the base female shape. So that's what we just saved in Marvel's Designer. Should fit a little bit better than this, I think. So if I accept this, this will overwrite the auto-generated female shape that... Nope. I got the right thing. I got the wrong thing selected. Damn it. There we go. Let's try this again. Morph targets be picky that way. All right, let's accept that. There we go. Did you see it? It changed. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to look. I got a little bit of weird bunching from the belt. I might just smooth that out with whatchamacallit, ZBrush. I'm not even sure I'm going to keep the belt, but we'll see. Anywho, this is good to save. Let's save you as a figure prop asset. Get that started. And we are still in the Twilight Teddy folder over here. Let's go over to the 60s. And go. People. You are Genesis 9. Clothing. There we go. Gonna save you right here. Go. Press G9. Save that. All right, here we go. Product. Go dress. Go dress G9. Looks good. Follow wardrobe dress. Should be fine. All right, I don't think I need... I'm relatively confident I don't need that anymore. So here, we'll just... Oh, I have the cage, by the way. I did a little more work on the cage. Oops, cancel. I just load you in. Did I not set you up as a... Figure prop asset, Cajun lights. Can I just load that in? Is that going to work? I think I have you set up. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I do. That's how the cage is coming along. There's a dial to hide the pole. Go to the go-go cage over here. Under actor, you can adjust the height. Adjust the height of the roof. You know what? Should I parent you? You know what? I could put a rigid follow node on here. Stick this on that. Excellent idea. The lights are individual objects right now. Adjust the width. You have a little dial there that hides the pole, or you can bring the pole back. Middle there. Hide the stairs if you don't like them. All right, so that's coming along. Those weren't even parented in. All right, let's do this though. People, Genesis 9 clothing. We'll just auto fit that onto there. Oops, I applied that to the cage. Damn it. Try this again. That's better. Something in here say Genesis 9? Yep, you do. You are, I'm just going to go with the old knee length template for that one. Let's see how this looks. I'm going to load in the G8 F dress and see how that looks compared to what we will auto fit here. See, that's got the little weirdness on the hips too. I think I can just update this base figure. Let's be bold and try that. So with the dress selected, we're going to update the base geometry, vertex position only. Let's go get, nope, not that there, that one right there. Uh-oh, it's got no size to it. I got to redo that. Damn it. Apparently I didn't select the dress when I exported it. I thought I had. So I got to resave this again. I'm going to watch the little red arrow till it changes color. It changed color. All right, now we can export this out, I think. File export obj selected. I'm going to overwrite. Oh man, it went back to a different directory. Dang it. Overwrite that. Save. Yes. Okay. Back over to here. All right, we got the dress back in now. I'm going to have to scale this. Accept that, and then right here we'll up that scale. 10629.9. Accept that, and there we go. Does that look like that? Kind of does. Do I want to live with that, or do I want to tweak that shape? I'm not crazy about how that's auto-fitted this time. Or how I refitted it. I think I'm going to tug on it a little bit, and then we'll re-export it and re-update. I get something that I'm a little happier with. I don't know. Let's try this. Right, that. And then back in here, let's try re-updating this again. Update position with this. Accept that. That's a little bit better. I might smooth that out a little bit with ZBrush. There. There. And let's pop this in the ZBrush and see how that goes. We'll activate Go Z. And I can use that to update the space figure. So there's a little, so I want to smooth out a little bit over here. Maybe a little bit in the neck. Although honestly, this might be better smoothed out with what you call it. Where's ZBrush when you need it? Blender. All right, there is ZBrush. Do that over here. Let's load that in. Go to Edit, Frame, scale that down a little. Let's adjust our intensities and put the smooth intensity down there. Smooth intensity is too low. Size is too small. You are not. I came in with the wrong figure. What the hell? I thought try this again. Select dress. Oh, I forgot to select things. There we go. That's better. Some of this stuff out. These little weird bulges on the hips. Hear that. That's smoothing out a little bit. Yeah, it's not getting the edge. Let's fix that. Let's come over here and set that so I can move that edge out just. And I have to be ever so careful because it doesn't just smooth, it just kind of zooms in. Kind of like, yeah, I think we're close. I don't like that. That's not too. I think that's kind of good. We'll smooth. Since we're here, we'll smooth that out. That's the pinch from the dart. I don't know. I think that is a little better. All right, let's go. I'm sorry if anybody said anything in chat. I completely missed it. So we're going to update the base mesh with what we just did. Accept that. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. That's not going to come out. Yeah, and you know what? We're going to do the same thing with the Genesis 9 version because it was a little bunchy in the back, a little more than I liked. I think this is going to be fine. All right, let's run this through the. Actually, is the D4 still on this? Yeah, it's left over from the Genesis 9 version. So that's looking fine. I think it's just a matter of saving this now. Clear that. Come over here. Save you, but over. Actually, cancel that because this says G9 now. So let's change that to say G8 email email. There we go. Then we save that to our library. Done that for a second, but we're not going to overwrite that because that would be bad. And you're going to be G8 female. And you say G8 female. And you are go. Well, you're supposed to be go dress. Yeah, you're going to be go dress. Should be good. Accept that. Does its savey thing. All right, so we're kind of good with those. Now we're going to try to start working on the boots. Have about a half hour to start the boots. We're going to dig up an old low poly boot figure and start from there. Also, let's do a little bit of research. Log out of my Amazon account. Dang it. Try that again. Excellent. Let's come over here. Let's say go boots. Go boot. Go goop boots. No, go boots. Go boots. Boots. There we go. Just like this. The zippers are on the inside. Those are groovy. There's a seam that runs right down the middle. It's a little tight there. We have a zipper that runs right up there. I do have that kind of there, and there are seams that run on either side. This general shape is what we're going for. And it's got that kind of big, chunky heel. And, that's at least 2 inches. 3. Anyhow, we don't need ZBrush. Actually, let me see if we can do the, I might have to restart. We're going to redo the G9 real quick here. Close this down. Because after working on something with ZBrush, it gets weird. So I have to restart Daz if I'm going to work on a different object. What are you? You're good. I'm going to just close you. Hey, thanks, Art. We're getting there. Did I not hit the start button? I thought I did. While that's going, let's go dig up the boots. Oh, we're back. All right, load in Genesis 9. Dress on. Go dial up the female shape. You thought you had launched your Daz? Nope, just my Daz, dude. My dude. All right. Okay, select the dress. Control click to Genesis. Hit the ZBrush. Accept that. Is good. Get our figure in here. Go into edit mode. Pop over that. Come into here. Lower that. That. So I think this is good. I'm going to tweak that. Because there's a little. Do that just a hair. Do that just a hair. Just going to smooth out the back just a bit. Should be fine. Oops. Yeah, I think I overdid it a little bit. I'm going to back up just a little bit. I think that'll be fine. Do this. I'm going to update our base geometry. It moved a little bit. I saw that. I saw that. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Well, I hit the wrong button because I had two things selected. Let's go back to just selecting the dress and saving it. And overwrite you. Double check that out. All looks good. I think that's fine. I don't need ZBrush anymore. I think tonight we're done with that. Put you to the side and let's take a look at if I can find my low poly boot base. It should be in a folder called shoes somewhere. Fill the cube, hit the import, head over to projects, and I think I'm looking for a folder called shoes. And somewhere in here I should have my, let's sort by date modified. Find low poly boot base. I think that's probably what I'm looking for. Nope. You're a little too recent. Try this again. Did I do an open or did I do an import? I might have done an import. Try an open. Choose. There we go. So I'm looking for a low poly base. Maybe like that. Nope, that's not it. Let's try another one. That's a pair of heels. It went with the dress that's now available at Daz. Maybe you. Your feet. There they are. That's what I'm looking for. Right there. Can't. All right, let's file. Save as. Let's stick you into the go-go boots. Go boots. Boom. All right, let's clean up the stuff we don't need. Do I want that for the heel? Is that close? I think maybe a little bit. Or, I have a whole bunch of these things. That was nope, I think the one for bacon was what I wanted. I'm going to shift D that and move it into a new collection. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. This heel. Can I just delete you? Boot base. You know, the rest of that I can get rid of. Heel base. I think I can lose that. We're going to... What are you? You are right there. What are the rest of you guys? You're all the way down here. You know, I don't need all of you, do I? Delete all of those. Delete all of these. That would be too easy, right? Yeah, that seemed to work. Not sure what those are. For that. Flip-flops. You know what? I don't need these flip-flops. I can just maybe lose all of this. Oh, apparently I deleted the feet for Genesis 9. So let's maybe back up a little ways here. Oh, you know, I did want to keep those. We're going to come back to those. These I think I can delete. This I can probably get rid of. Let's turn these off and figure out which ones I want to keep. I need that. For that. Is that the heel I want? Or do I want to go? I'm going to go with that. So we're going to clean this up. I don't need this sole that's on here right now. And also we just need to straighten it up. And I think, oh, you got, I think we're just going to lose half of it for now. RY, I think 6. Nope, RY minus 6. Should straighten that up a little bit. It's pretty good. So we're just going to kind of line that up on there and get this to fit. Pop into edit mode. Do what I don't need. I think that's good. Raise the heel. Let's get some proportional editing going on here. Okay, I'm going to do, so for this, I don't know if this is really important, so I might ignore that. I'm thinking. Probably just put a seam down the middle. And how are you lining up in here? Try to get this as tight as I can around that leg. And we are going to want to put a straight seam kind of through here. Maybe from here to here. Scale Y0 or something. And I've got proportional editing on. Doy. That'll give me that inner, where that zipper is going to go on the inside. It'd be fine. All right, let's put, where's my tools? You are down here. Okay. What am I doing? I'm coming to tools and we're going to put I have a multi-res on here. Is that what I want? Do I want to clear? You know what? I'm going to clear that multi-res, put a new one on. I don't see it there. Where would you hide? Where would you hide a multi-res? What we want to know. Multi-resolution, it's right there. How did I miss you? View. All right, let's do that. Here. Let's work on getting this toe a little more pointy. I'm going to reduce the resolution on this for just a little bit here. Let's delete solve edges. I'm going to leave that one in there. I can get rid of this one. You know what? I'm going to put a flatten on that. That's probably good. Maybe like that. All right, turn the proportional editing off for that. Straighten that up. Maybe line you up on the back of that. So let's try bringing you around here. I want to try to flatten this out. I can adjust this down. All right, let me see if I can get a little bit more sharpness on there. Means moving this around a little bit. Oops, I got too much stuff selected. Missed. There we go, that's better. Until I get that toe popping through right about like that. I like that. I'm gonna pull these forward a little. Am I getting the right thing? I am. Just you. What did I just slide? And you know what? I'm gonna flatten these out. Probably good. We want to pull this stuff back. It's pretty close. All right, we're working on this toe. What happens if I mean crease? Not quite. Ew. No, no, no. Probably going to live with it looking like that. All right, let's tweak this a little bit. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this detailing up here for right now. Probably add a little bit more. No, I like you. I'm going to keep you. Anyhow, this is the start of the go-go boots. I think we're just about going to call it here for the night. Hey, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. What is today? Tuesday? So I will be back Thursday. Probably working on the go-go outfit as I make progress on the other lingerie outfits that are on the in process. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot here. We'll hit save on this. Next up is to add the sole and the heel. We'll add a zipper detail, a little bit of detailing on the top, mirror it, UV map it, and get it over in the Daz. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Charles, it's always a pleasure, man. I think everybody here is already following Charles, but if you aren't, give him a call. Check him out. Art, I hope I wish you the best on your death match. Vivint, good luck with that, man. And Art, it's always a pleasure to see you. And I saw Lund in the house. It was good to see our good friend Lund pop in here too. There we go. Let's see who's on and go over and say hi to somebody. Dum, dum, dum. So we got the dress started. We're working on the boots. We have a go-go cage in here somewhere. So slowly, Jock is Bach. Okay, we'll do that. We'll go over and say hi to Jock. I think I'm gonna scroll down and we're just gonna double check and make sure there's not somebody else who I really want to raid. Eromakin is on. Cracking Not Stirred is on. I'm leaning towards Jack though. I think we'll do that. You got a complaint filed out for the Attorney General of Missouri. I hope that works for you. Yeah, because them saying you owe money and not bothering to collect. So the idea is they give you equipment, you pay for the service. When the service ends, they want the equipment back, and they're saying that they've tried to reach you and you're just not giving it back. Is that it? Even though they haven't actually tried to reach you. Rat bastards. And that's why I depend on attack chinchillas. I don't. Oh, there he is. There's Jack. All right, let's go over and say hi to Jack. You can borrow a B2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. All you have to do is tell the old orange guy how beautiful he looks. And you too can get countries bombed. Lead the raid. Where are we going? Where are we going, Art? You just going to say Jack? Or you got somebody else in mind? Jack in the box. Jacques in the box. There we go. Anyhow, I will be back Thursday, 2 days from now, 7 p.m. More stuff, kind of like this. We'll probably still be working on the go-go outfit this week. So we'll see how that goes. I have two other ideas behind this one. I think I had mentioned before. I've already forgotten what one of them was. Dang, Chris, your memory's getting bad. I got a list. A little black dress, and I watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm not actually doing one of their outfits, but it kind of inspired me to kind of make an outfit. So that's the. I'm currently working Nocturne Gown. Got submitted to Daz yesterday. We're working on the Twilight Teddy. I think we've seen that. We have the Sultry bodysuit. K-pop is crazy. Yep. And I have something called the Coquin suit, which is I don't know. Maybe we'll work on the Coquin suit on Saturday. because I got to make some progress on that. Anywho, thank you all for being here. And let's do this. Let's hey, and if there's anybody actually watching over there on YouTube, I appreciate that. Remember, like and subscribe. And so for those of you on Twitch, here's the raid calls. If you're not a subscriber, use that. If you are a subscriber, use that. Hey, feel free to join the Discord right there. If you put stuff in the galleries, we share it on Saturday nights. Also, I do try to announce whether or not I'm actually streaming on scheduled streaming days. I've been pretty good for the most part. So I want to say I'm running 95% higher at actually making streams these days. So anywho, yeah, let's start the raid and let's go over and say hi to Jack. Flash, dang it, flash, raid, info, X, czar. That is an I and not an O. Let's change that. If that worked, that seems to have worked. Let's pop over here to this, that, copy my rate call, and I'm frozen over here. And I'm ready to raid with 5 viewers. All right, thank you all for being here. Hasta la vista, baby.